Hello guys, today I'm back with Numbers chapter 3. Today is about the Levites, so today let's start. Chapter 3, the Levites. Here's the story of the family line of Aaron and Moses. It belongs to the time when the Lord spoke to Moses at Mount Sinai. Aaron's oldest son was Nadab. Aaron's other son was Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. Those were the names of Aaron's sons. They were anointed priests. They were given authority to serve the Lord as priests. When Nadab and Abihu made an offering to the Lord by using fire that wasn't allowed, so they died in front of him. That happened in the desert of Sinai. They didn't have any sons. Only Eleazar and Ithamar served as priests while their father Aaron was living. The Lord spoke to Moses. He said, "Bring the men of the tribe of Levi to Aaron the priest. They will help him. They must work at the tent of meeting for Aaron and for the whole community. They must do what needs to be done at the holy tent. They must take care of everything connected with the tent of meeting. When they do, they are acting for all the Israelites. So this is the authority that they do, and give the Levites to Aaron and his sons. They are the men of Israel who must be given completely to him. Appoint Aaron and his sons to serve as priests. Anyone else who approaches the sacred tent must be put to death." The Lord also said to Moses, "I have taken the Levites from among the Israelites. I have taken them in place of the son born first to each woman in Israel. The Levites belong to me. That's because every male born first to a mother is mine. In Egypt I struck down all the males born first. I did it when I set apart for myself every male born first to a mother in Israel. That is true for men and animals alike. They belong to me. I am the Lord." The Lord spoke to Moses in the desert of Sinai. He said, "Count the Levites by their family groups. Count every male a month old or more." So Moses counted them. He did just as the word of the Lord had commanded him. The sons of Levi were Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. The major families from Gershon were Limni and Shimei. The major families from Kohath were Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uziel. The major families from Merari were Mali and Mushi. These were the major families of the Levites. The families of Limni and Shimei belonged to the family of Gershon. All the males a month or more were counted. There were 7,500 of them. The families of Gershon had to camp on the west side. They had to camp behind the holy tent. The leader of the family of Gershon was Eliashaph, the son of Lael. So let's make a quick stop and talk about this. There's Merari, Kohath, Gershon, Moses, Aaron, and Aaron's sons. So we read the Gershon. So Gershon was here. Gershon was at the west side. Okay. Okay, so let's just read more. Here are the duties of the families of Gershon at the tent of meeting. They were responsible for taking care of the holy tent and its coverings. They took care of the curtain and at the entrance to the tent of meeting. They took care of the curtains of the courtyard. And they took care of the curtain at the entrance to the courtyard. The courtyard was all around the holy tent and altar. The families of Gershon also took care of the ropes. In fact, they had to take care of everything connected. The use of all those things. This part was the duties that the Gershon's family did. There's more, but it's kind of cut down So, well, just know that. The families of Abraham, Aaron, and Uzziel belonged to the family of Kohath. All the males a month old or more were counted. There were 8,600 of them. The families of Kohath were responsible for taking care of the sacred tent. They had to camp on the south side of the holy tent. The leader of the family of Kohath was Elizaphan, the son of Uzziel. So, Kohath, okay. So, Gershon was at the west side. You know it. And Kohath is the south side. Okay. What's responsible? The duties of Kohath's Kohath, okay. The family of Kohath. Yeah, the duties of Kohath. We're going to read that. They were responsible for taking care of the Ark of Covenant law. They took care of the table for the holy bread. They took care of the lampstand and the two altars. They took care of the things used for serving in the sacred tent. They also took care of the inner curtain. In fact, they had to take care of everything connected with the use of all those things. The chief leader, Levites, was Eleazar. He was the son of Aaron the priest. Eleazar was appointed over those responsible for taking care of the sacred tent. So these were the duties. Okay, duties and the chief of Levites. The families of Mali and Mushi belonged to the family of Merari. All the males a month old or more were counted. There were 6,200 of them. The leader of the families of Merari was Zuriel, the son of Abihail. The family of Merari had to camp on the north side of the holy tent. Now we learned Gershon is at the west, Kohath is south, and Merari is north. So let's read what was the duties. Okay, let's just learn what was the duties of Merari family. They were responsible for taking care of the frames of the tent. They took care of its crossbars, posts, and bases. They took care of all its supplies. In fact, they had to take care of everything connected with the use of all those things. They also took care of the posts of the courtyard around the holy tent. And they took care of the bases, tents, gates, and ropes. Moses, Aaron, and Aaron's sons had to camp to the east of the holy tent. They had to camp toward the sunrise in front of the tent of meeting. We got Moses and Aaron now at the sunrise, the east side. So we learned Kohath, Merari, Gershon, and Moses, Aaron, Aaron's sons. So what was the duties? Okay. They were responsible for taking care of the sacred tent. They had to do it for the Israelites. Anyone else who approached the tent would be put to death. The total number of the Levite males was 2,200. They were counted the family by family. Every male a month old or more was counted. Moses and Aaron counted them, just as the Lord had commanded. The Lord said to Moses, "Count all the Israelite males born first in their families. Count all those a month old or more." Make a list of their names. Take the Levites for me in their place, and of all the male animals in Israel born first to their mothers. I am the Lord. So Moses counted all the oldest sons in Israel. He did just as the Lord commanded him. There were 22,273 of those sons a month old or more. They were listed by name. The Lord also said to Moses, "Take the Levites in the place of all the males born first in Israel. actually. So God actually put the Levites in the born first place. Okay. Let's read. Also take the livestock of the Levites in place of the livestock in Israel. The Levites belong to me. I am the Lord. But there are 277 more males born first in Israel than there are male Levites. Collect 2 ounces of silver for each of them. Weigh it out according to the standard weight using in the sacred tent. Give the silver to Aaron and his sons. It will buy the freedom of the additional sons in Israel. So Moses collected the silver from the additional sons in Israel to buy their freedom. The Levites took the place of all the others. Moses collected 35 pounds of silver. It was weighed out according to the weights using in the sacred tent. Moses collected it from all the sons in Israel. He gave silver to Aaron and his sons. He did just as the Lord had commanded him. So we read all the book. So we had one box. So let's look at it. Do you know how were the Levites special? Levites special. The tribe of Levi was set apart. Some of the members of this tribe were priests. The others helped take care of the holy tent and move it. Numbers 3-4 tell about different jobs given to Levite families. Okay, we read the book. Okay, let's start. There God is saying in Numbers chapter 3-16 about the Levites making tents close to the holy tent. Last time we learned where the army made the tent, but the Levites were special too, and it was a good lesson for you. So thank always. Amen. So stay at the end of the video. So let's see you next time. So I guess say bye. Goodbye.